What's up guys, Chris here from Mainely Mesh. I fixed my Bluetooth shutter, woo! So, Theory Thursday, gonna do a little bit more goalie theory. I know I mentioned this a while back in one of my goalie theory videos, but it's an idea that I'm still messing around with and figured I'd kind of share in a little bit more depth with for you. So, this is an idea of how to channel your goalie channels when you're stringing. Because I don't think they should function entirely the same way that a field stick's channel would. You know, in a field stick, we're usually trying to have a nice U-shaped channel, you know, where we're hugging the sides of the ball through a certain part of the pocket, and then at the end it lifts off a bit so you can have a straighter shot. For a goalie, though, the most important part of the stick to me isn't necessarily how well it throws. You obviously want it to throw well, but a goalie stick's main job is to keep the ball from going into the back of the net. And one way you do that is by decreasing rebound by whatever means possible. So, you know, there's a bunch of awesome meshes out there that help to this point, whether it's a wax mesh or grizzly mesh or other options out there designed to decrease rebounds. But another thing you can do is channel the mesh so that, I want to call these field lines, I guess they're mesh lines. The reason I say field lines is because field lines are what you call them for like a magnetic field or something. But you see, when I say a field line, a mesh line, what I mean is if you trace these horizontal segments of the mesh, you can see how they make lines, and it's almost like an imaginary shooting string when you trace it that way. But what you're going to see is that kind of what I believe the goal to be is to have these lines go at 45-degree angles. So it's a much more of a V channel than you would have in a field stick. But what this should do in theory is by having these 45-degree angles, that means that if a ball hits it, to me it's kind of like a 50-50. If you have it too tight, it's going to be like a tennis racket and it's going to bounce out. But if we just say that there's a 50-50 chance that it's going one way, you know, that it's going to deflect off this field line and go to the right, or deflect off this field line and go to the left. I think it's flipped for you guys. What it means is if you have them at 45-degree angles, if the ball goes in the direction of the field line into the deeper part of the pocket, it's deflecting down and into the pocket instead of if it were pulled more vertically per se. It might be deflecting horizontally into a not so deep part of the channel. And String King kind of mentioned this, Jake McCampbell mentioned this in one of his videos, how they try to have a bit of a swirling effect when the ball is saved. And it's really kind of the same theory, just having those 45-degree angles so that when the ball is deflecting off of the mesh, it's deflecting down into the deepest part of the pocket, not necessarily horizontally into the channeled part. Because as we can see, the only really deep part of this pocket is low in the head. Up here, that's not much of a pocket at all. That's almost field depth. So if we had a U-shaped channel and it's deflecting the ball directly across into the channel because of a U-shaped channel, it's not going to be deflecting it into a place that's going to have enough give to maintain the ball. So particularly on a higher shot where you're just getting your stick to it, if it's only staying in the shallow part, that's when you can have a lot of rebound. So if you can deflect the ball deeper into the pocket, your rebounds are going to go down drastically. So when you're stringing goalie sticks, and like I said, I'm sorry, we're going to have some more tutorials out. Lost my GoPro charger and a new one's in the mail because I'm too lazy to go to Best Buy, and I thought I ordered expedited shipping. Whatever, I'm lazy. It should be done by the end of the week. But basically, when you're channeling it, you want to focus on rebound first and then the tensioning on the sidewall knots to make it pass more smoothly and accurately second. So the more you can have these 45-degree angles, the lower your rebounds are going to be, higher your save percentage is going to be. Let me know what you guys think, as always. I mean, this is one of those things where I just need to make that whole video again. Or not. Thanks so much. Catch you guys next time.